wedding show in New York City. I am Veronica Mosha, your host and elopement guru here in New York City. I answer any and every question that you may have regarding your upcoming wedding. No question is off limits here. I will answer. So send me your email, send me your questions, and you'll have an answer for sure. So moving on, last episode I shared with you someone who texted me about getting their certificate in person after the license had been mailed out. The answer is no. You have to sit now and wait. You cannot do that. But this is a good lesson for everyone. Make sure when you're planning your wedding, and especially with the legal stuff, that you cover all the bases. You need to take care of this before you do the ceremony. Make sure that you know what to expect. You know the timeline. Right now, because of COVID, they're taking up to 6 weeks to mail you your certificate. It's crazy. It's never been that long, but you know, they're using this as excuse for everything. Can I get a marriage license via WhatsApp? I don't even know what that means. I will address this question here. So, I think the first thing that we need to acknowledge or be aware of or learn is that a marriage license is a legal document that is issued by the US government. A marriage license is exactly the same as getting a driver license. Whatever state you're in, whether you're in Utah or New Jersey or Connecticut or New York, Long Island, anywhere, you will go to a city clerk's office, to a marriage bureau, and they will issue you a marriage license. Now, it is true that because of COVID, they have been issuing marriage licenses without seeing you in person. They do virtual interviews like this, and they send you a marriage license via email. They have been doing this. However, it is still a legal document, and the government must see you, and they must receive your documents and a copy of your documents in order to give you the marriage license. So this WhatsApp, I don't even know what that means. In order for you to get a marriage license, you have to be seen by the US government, by the city clerk representatives, the city clerk officers. That is done through the government's website, not through WhatsApp. This is not a FaceTime. This is not a casual matter. Everything must be documented. Everything must be done through the government website and following government protocol. All right, I lost my marriage certificate. How can I get a new one? I'll answer this question here. The way you get a new one, it's a government issue certificate of marriage, and the government will give you a copy of it. So you had to go back to the government and ask them for a new one. The easiest and fastest way to do that, if you are in New York City, is, like I said before, you should go online and make an appointment for the record room. That's what it's called. You want to go and see the record room, and it's a super easy visit. All you have to do is bring your ID, and you go to the record room. They'll make you fill out a form with the documents that you are requesting. They will charge you a fee to give you a copy of your marriage certificate, wedding certificate. But you go, it takes 5 minutes, so you go to the record room, you bring the paperwork, you bring your ID, they check everything, charge you whatever money. I think it's $35, but I don't know. You know, that could always change. And they will give you your marriage certificate. They'll give you a copy. If you are not in New York and you need a copy of your marriage certificate and you are in some other country or some other city or state, you can do this in the mail. Obviously, it's a little more lengthy, I think. I'll be honest, it's a pain in the ass, I think, to do it that way. But what else can you do, right? Now you have to send the form via mail. And the problem is that I think when you send it in the mail, they don't take credit cards. You have to pay with a money order. So that's the pain in the ass. If you're in another country, I think you're kind of screwed now because how do you send a money order? Look, I don't know. The best way you can do is just follow the directions that they give you in the government's website. I'm including that right here. I'm including the link to their website, and they will explain all the steps to you. But long short is that the way that you get a copy of your wedding certificate is via the government. So don't go harassing your poor wedding officiant or your wedding planner or your photographer asking them these questions. This is a question for the US government, not for us. However, we always help. And if you go to my website, weddingpackagesnyc.com, you go to resources, and I've made articles specially for this, and I have the links to all the resources that you need, to all the places that you need to go to fill out the forms, to get copies, to get certificates, to all of it. So check out my website, weddingpackagesnyc.com, and you go to resources. A lot of these questions are already answered there. All right? I hope this was helpful. I am looking forward to hearing from you, and I will be back here answering more questions. All my love. Mwah.